Hey, this is Christina Feliciano with Feliciano and Friends. I have my friend Christopher Collinsworth and his good friend Madelene Skinner here, and they are actor and director of the new play that's coming out next month, The Legend of Georgia McBride, and it's going to be starting May 29th to June 13th at the Five and Dime Theater residence of the Florida Ballet here in Jacksonville, and we are going to talk all about it, and I hope you all come and watch it. So welcome.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us a little bit about, first what initially drew you to this play, The Legend of Georgia McBride, and why did you feel like it was the right project for you?
For sure. I'm a member of the artistic committee on the Five and Dime Theater, and we read a lot of scripts, and it was very interesting.
And to interject, what is the Five and Dime Theater?
The Five and Dime Theater is, so it's a local theater that was founded by local artists that, were really interested in storytelling and telling their stories and sharing authentic theater. What I think, and I think Madeline would agree, what sets the Five and Dime apart is we're not afraid to tell stories that sometimes other theaters wouldn't want to tell.
Okay,
and
cool.
So it's very different. It's not, and all theater and all art is beautiful.
Yes.
But the more challenging stories, if you will.
Oh,
and
really
subjects
cool.
and themes. Yeah.
So what about this particular made it feel right for you when you read it?
So what's really interesting is Georgia McBride is like the...
Is it based on, is it a play or is it
It
based
is
on
a
a
play
book?
written by Matthew Lopez. He is an amazing author. He actually was born in Panama City Beach, where the play takes place.
Oh, very
which
cool.
is kind of cool. So, he's the first Latino man to win Best Play at the Tony Awards. So
very cool.
Not for Georgia McBride, but yes, it's a very cool. There are many layers to it, and how I try to describe it the most is I feel like Georgia McBride is the cross between humor and heartache.
That's my life.
There's all of the characters are very dimensional, and they're resilient, and the transformations that each of the characters, so not just the characters, a lot of Georgia McBride is associated with drag queens, which is amazing. We all love a good drag show. But each character in the show really has a transformation throughout the show.
That's really interesting. And I say that, my mother is Swedish, but we've always talked, my mom and I have had, we're close, we have a unique relationship, but human beings are very complex, and often, especially, I think sometimes plays and books are a lot better than sometimes movies of showing the complexity of human nature, and that people are not always all good or all, or all bad. And I really love, I don't know about the play, but I'm kind of between the lines getting that from what you're describing.
Yes, absolutely agree.
So when you read the first script,
oh yes,
what did you think about it?
So interestingly, that was the first time I even knew about The Legend of Georgia McBride.
Okay.
So just to share a short story.
Yes.
So I serve on the board of the Five and Dime with Chris.
Okay.
And informed him that, hey, I want to direct a show, so if you want to ever work together, let me know, or pull me in.
So
and
cool.
so he pulled me in on this project,
Yes.
which was so exciting. So I read the script and just absolutely, it's an adventure. Again, bringing you through the different human experience.
Yeah.
You empathize, you have fun. It's one of those scripts where I want to read again.
Is it musical at all? No.
No, but there's music.
Okay.
Oh, and there's singing.
There's some singing too. Yeah. So not like your traditional musical show, but it's got a mix of all of that stuff.
Okay. So what made you want to bring the story to life? Just reading it and being I have to do this?
Yeah, it's just one of those stories that represents belonging and representation.
Okay.
And so I thought that was very important. I'm so glad Chris brought me into
That's
this
awesome.
project.
I love that. And then, so for you, how has it been bringing it from reading it to stage? How have you made that transition?
It's amazing. So we're still kind of in our early stages because we don't open till the end of May, but just from the dance, from doing different set kind of choices and pieces, and just really acting or asking.
But how do you decide that? Is it intuition? Is it?
It's partly, and once you have to meet the characters.
Or do you try different things and other people laugh in the cast and then you're that hits?
Yeah. Okay. It's funny. Yeah. Just what kind of feels right. And we, so once we met the cast, after auditions, and we kind of got together and read the script, it's just oh my goodness, this is our Casey, this is our Joe, this is our Rexy. And what's interesting, we love you, Alan, very much, but in the script, one of the director choices we made was the part of Rexy, who's one of the main drag queens in the show, was called for a 20 and 30-year-old, and our Rexy's a little bit older, but
okay, but it worked. Yes.
He walked in the door, and we said, "That's Rexy." So, I mean, it's just, it's a part intuition and it's part feeling. And what's interesting is the stories that each one of these characters tell. Some of the characters and some of us have lived some of those stories.
Yeah.
Because I've had people say to me that I've asked to read the script.
Yeah.
Did that really happen?
Yeah,
it really did, and it really does.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, because I believe like some of the actors were probably like, "Is this a real story? Did this really happen?
Mm-hmm.
Are these real stories?" Because the Five and Dime is known for sharing those same stories that are real, but this is fiction for sure.
So, like from what I understand, it has a lot of funny comedy, but a lot of like depth. So, how, as a director, or I guess I'm asking both of you guys, you have to switch the mic, but how are you able to balance both? Because you want to make it funny, but you're also the depth. How are you doing that?
You just have
superb acting by Chris Collinsworth and superb directing by Madelene.
You have to ask them, to skip a beat. You have to take a moment and let the audience process what they're going through, and then the next line could be, I don't want to give anything away, but there's a line from one of the drag queens that we joke every day as a production team, like we text each other that line, and I can't wait for you guys to see it, but I don't want to give it away, but just for funny. But it was very hard to hear that line, because we just saw the Five and Dime is currently doing Body Awareness, which is a show about a neurodivergent son of two lesbian mothers.
Okay.
At the Florida Ballet, and they closed this weekend. But I wrote a review the other day. I laughed, I cried, I gasped.
Yes.
All at the same time. It was like, am I allowed to laugh at this? Because it is and there definitely is some, we put posters up, there's some suggestive language that some people see as offensive, but in order to be authentic in the script, the directors have to choose
that makes sense.
to keep it there.
Yeah, to keep it
that was the author's choice.
I understand that. Yeah. That makes sense. So the setting's a small town, Florida. How do you make that feel authentic on set?
Ooh. And like Chris said, so we're still in like the early phases of putting it all together, but I feel like the cast. It's I think we've just been so blessed to have a cast to help us just bring that to life. It's so crazy. Every time we look at it, lines are read, and we just look at each other like, wow, they just nailed it, and you just get that feeling, and they really.
How many set backgrounds do you have?
So we have we have Casey and Joe, who's his wife's apartment. We have the bar, which is called Cleo's, and then we have backstage at Cleo's.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much away, but
you
picture the fabulous mirrors with the lights and all the beauty that the drag queens.
And who does that? Like the background stuff?
So that's the production manager. So we have a scenic designer. We have a costumer. Lighting designer.
And how many people are on staff? I'm just always curious. The entrepreneur, kind of the business thing. I was always just curious about the behind the scenes, things.
I don't even know how many people are on the set design, but
quite a few. And then the people
for sure. That's where it's like
and every different time, it's like a different world, a different place. Every player show you do. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's really unique, because we are residents at the Florida Ballet, is we have to build a stage, basically.
Okay.
You're transforming a ballet room into a theater, and I think that's the magic itself right there. And then bringing the actors on set even makes it even more magical.
So when did you start? How long does it take for production like this to kind of from conception to birth?
I would say we started early, depending on the theater here in Jacksonville, but between 2 and 3 months.
Okay, that's not that. That's kind of fast.
It is really fast because a lot of so just figuring out. Now the concept starts, the directors are chosen and the production team starts to go into play maybe 6 months ago.
Okay. Drag performance is central, and how do you basically honor it without kind of, I don't know, making light? How do you keep it genuine and respectful?
For me, from my experience and just working with the cast that we have, and again, blessed with cast members that actually have that drag history, and they're teaching us in these moments, and you just learn to have just so much respect. The story itself, you even learn more that again, it's not just something you do. It's a culture. It's a community of people, and it should absolutely be respected.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so I think we really bring that out. We let them shine. Okay. I hope that helps answer that. But they just really shine. And like we said, it's not central to the entire show, but it's like that peak, it just get there, it's like, oh yes, and then then I think that's like the beginning. That's when everything starts getting good.
All right, and then Chris, for you, what are some of the biggest challenges you faced during rehearsals? Especially, it seems like it's pretty dynamic and fast paced. So,
very much.
And are you a pretty big character?
Oh, yes, in general. Yes. No, I'm not in the show. Well, I mean, I am-ish, but no, I'm also a director, too.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I didn't realize that. I apologize.
No, you're good. No. Yes. Actor by trade.
I thought you were the
sometimes,
lead.
too.
I
Oh,
apologize.
no. Yeah, he's not here, but he's fantastic. It is a challenge because there are 10 solid transitions. So we're going for intimate conversations between a young couple who are struggling financially to backstage at a bar where these drag queens are broke, to how this bar owner is going to try to figure out how to keep his bar open. There's so much, and they're so quick, within 10 or 15 seconds sometimes. So it's going to be a lot of light tricks and music tricks.
Is there like an intermission?
There's not. The
Okay, and how
playwright
long
does
is
not
it?
want that. So it'd be about 90 minutes.
This might sound like a really silly question, and is it supposed to take place in a 90 minutes, or is it 90 minutes over like weeks of time?
Oh, it's 90 minutes over weeks of time.
Okay,
yes,
that's
so
what I
there's
assumed.
lots
Okay.
of different. Yes.
Okay.
So there's lots of things going on. Yes.
Okay, that's what I assumed. I assumed too.
So to give you just a little bit of background, and this doesn't give a lot away because it's in the program description.
Yes.
But Casey, who's the lead in the show, starts out as an Elvis impersonator.
Okay.
Turned drag queen.
Very cool. And then for Madelene, it says Miss Tracy Mills, which I'm not sure who that is, because I haven't seen the play yet, is such a bold standout character. How did it shape that role to feel layered rather than over the top? Or how, as a director, did you make it feel layered versus over the top with this character?
Oh gosh, this one is such a fabulous role, and again, fabulous cast. I just cannot give our cast enough props. But because we know that Miss Tracy Mills, who is like the queen drag, and making sure that she has her moment where she is fabulous.
Yes.
And we also make sure the audience knows that she's empathetic also.
Okay.
Right? So, you can meet this confident, drag queen, but deep inside, she's really got a big heart.
Yes.
And so I think that really provides that balance.
Okay.
To make sure that, she is like a loved character.
So as directors, do you kind of have to tell the actors, like, hey, make sure that you're, like, so for example, from what I understand, got a lot of personality, but very empathetic. Do you then tell them, like, make sure that you do that? Or, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
and what I'm learning on my director
just
journey
I'm just curious
is just,
how to teach, how do you teach the
I
actors?
I really work with the actors, and I ask them, or both of us ask them, like, how do you think this character is feeling right now? What do you think they're going through?
Yes.
And really find ways, and then they really find a way to, embody that character and take it, and then we'll just take it up a notch. Like, all right, well, let's, well, what if she or he is going through this? So, yeah.
Okay, very cool. And then as co-directors, how do you guys collaborate and how do you guys stay aligned? Do you guys ever disagree on direction? Or are you pretty...
I would say we have not. It's been, kind of a dream team, but we do make sure, like, we have production meetings on Sundays, and that was the most important thing to the theater, and both of us agreed with that. You can't give the actors different notes. Like, I can't say, you got to be on a 10, and Madelene can't say, you got to be on a 6.
Okay,
So we can't confuse them that way, so we make sure either we'll... and we try to make sure that we're planned ahead the weekend before, going in, these are the scenes we're going to work on, and this is what we think we need to work on together.
And how long have y'all known each other for?
Did you say 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been on the board
You guys
together.
kind of click well
Oh,
together.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's
And our,
team.
yes, and our stage manager, who's like our right-hand person, Ashley, is absolutely fantastic
Okay, that works
too.
well.
So
So
it's
you
the
guys
three
have
of us.
kind of like a good chemistry, or
Yes.
not chemistry. What's the word? Sync. You should know. You guys are actors and more.
I know.
It's like it starts with an S. Sync. Yeah.
Synchronization, yeah, we
Something.
sync well.
Yeah, but
We do sync well, absolutely.
And just to piggyback on what Chris was saying, in case there are people out there that want to co-direct,
Yes.
is before we react to an actor, we do again just kind of kind
Yes.
of talk to each other first before we give some notes, just so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's my idea? So.
Have you ever had an actor that you had to fire?
I've seen some get fired, not me personally, but just I mean it's hard and it's different, and I think amazingly enough,
Not saying
part
I'm
of
just
the
like making
show,
conversation for others. I'm just
part
curious.
of the show
Yeah.
parallels like human life and especially backstage life in a theater.
Yes.
We're all so many different personalities, and some are over the top, and some are a little bit more easygoing. And I think that's like the hard thing, because you know, sometimes if you have kind of a little bit more kind, mellow directors, such as the two of us, but if we have to put our...
Well, that was gonna be my next question, is
do.
when people get fired, is it because they're not doing like a good job of like for that, making that character how, you know, a director would want, or is it because they're having like a diva behavior that you can't tolerate?
Well, and also, I mean, there's expectations too, like with learning the lines and stuff, because
Oh,
you know,
that's
the
right. I
theater
don't think of that
has
as
an
memorization.
expectation that we're going to help them make money.
Yes.
So we have to be professional, and I mean, granted, unfortunately, in a lot of the theaters here in Jacksonville, they don't really get paid. So it's really strictly volunteers, so, you know, thanks so much to them. But it is a big commitment, and that's what, you know, we said at auditions, like, you're committing to these couple months and all of these performances. And
So are most of the people that like volunteer, are they doing it just for the love of theater, or do they have like a dream to become professionals one day?
I'd say it's a mix of both.
Okay.
I'm a theater mom, so
Okay.
I've been in one show. I don't have a lot of background,
Yes.
but knowing and meeting a lot of these actors that, some of them just have that passion for theater and just love to act. I commend them, because that's, I know I kind of struggle. That's a lot of lines. You know, I have to working full time, and having to memorize lines is a lot. It's just really that's for me, but others can do it fabulously. But yeah, I think it's just the support of the art. For sure. Again, we have a really large theater community in Jacksonville.
I didn't even know that.
And it's just like amazing.
So the next question is, did your interpretation of the characters shift at all from like first reading to like starting to have them be, I guess, acted out?
Was that my question?
yes.
Yes.
It was.
Yes, it did.
And why?
When it's like read out loud, and so there was like 3 different, I think, changes. It was when I first read it on my own, I was like, oh wow, that's a fantastic story, I gotta read it again. And then when we read it as a group, it was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And then when the actors start, bringing it to life, it's, you really get to understand the characters more. And I know I kind of start getting lost in the character and really I'm rooting for each character in this play.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And so I think that's what's really cool. Like, there's no villain. So, you're like rooting for everyone.
Yes. How many characters are in the play?
6.
Okay.
6, yeah. So, and, it's just beautiful, like Madelene said, to read it and then to see them take their own twist. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And definitely you continue to tell the actors you want an audience to fall in love with all of you. This is art. This is, you all are just trying to navigate this weird, obscure world and the situations you're in. And I think every single one, I feel like I can see a little bit of myself in all 6 of them.
Mm-hmm. And then how often are you guys like rehearsing?
Like 4 nights a week.
Wow, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. So what time to what time?
We call ourselves unicorns a little bit. Not as late as some. Like some I've been in have been like 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock, like, and then trying to work full time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We're like 6:30 to 8:30, like a couple hours. And it will probably get a little bit more insane when we get into Tech Week, which is the week before we open. But we try to be as respectful as we can. So we just tell them, please make sure on your off time, if you're laying by the pool, read your lines, practice your lines. Like you're in the car, listen to them.
And then
whatever you need to do.
When you guys start, which is May 29th through June 13th, how many shows are you going to do?
That is 9, I think, off the top of my head.
Are they like several in one day?
So it's typically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have 2 Sundays, and then we have a Monday, which is really cool. It's called Pay As You Go Night. So you come to the Five and Dime at the Florida Ballet, and whether you come with a quarter or whether you come for $50, it's whoever. We want to make theater accessible to people at the Five and Dime Theater, and that's been a tradition that started. And what's really cool, a quick little dig here, or a little pitch, I should say.
I was going to say, dig is usually an insult.
Yes, quick little pitch. This is the 15th anniversary of the Five and Dime Theater, and we have a special celebration at the Florida Ballet. It's a cabaret on Five and Dime Day, which is 5/10. Okay. So you guys are all welcome at
Very
6:30.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is your favorite plays or musicals? I know this isn't a question. Like I want to ask you guys both, but I don't.
What was interesting, because I didn't know, we talked about Miss Saigon the other day. That was like the first Broadway show that I fell in love with. But I fall in love with some. I like love Hamilton. Gosh, I'm going to say MJ Broadway. So, I mean, there's just so much.
I like Cabaret.
Cabaret is a fantastic. Poor Jace had to listen to that more than once.
Oh my gosh. I saw it on Broadway, and then, was it Liza Minnelli was like the other movie, but I've seen,
It was fantastic. I'm a huge fan of the 25th.
I like Les Mis, too.
Les Mis is beautiful.
Yes.
I like kind of the campy ones.
Like Rocky Horror.
I do like that one. 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. So what it's about is 6 adults play children in a spelling bee. And it's live audience interaction. It's fantastic. It's back on Broadway with Kevin McHale from Glee, who played Artie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fantastic. It's really funny. It's really witty, and a lot of it is ad-lib. So I played one of the roles in
that's wild for it to be ad-lib.
Uh-huh. So they would tell us, so like 5 or 6 of the guest spellers would come up, and the guy who plays Vice Principal Pant, he's the one like giving out the spelling words, and he's like, Christina, your word is humdrum. And you get told, can I have it in a sentence, please? And it would be like something, Christina was really humdrum when her date came and threw up his chew that he was chewing on her lap. Like, and the whole audience erupts, and then, like, you're trying to keep in character and, like, not laugh. Like, in my, so the part I played, Leaf Coney Bear, everything was a South American rodent. So, Leaf Coney Bear, your word is capybara. What? Is that a word? Like, so I mean, it's really, really creative and fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's back. Well, it's off Broadway right now, but they've done a lot of great showings of that show here in town. And I also one of my new favorites as of late. One that Jay and I really liked, Death Becomes Her, based on the movie.
Oh, I used to love the movie and also
yeah,
the
it's
girl.
fantastic.
Yes.
Really well staged.
I haven't seen that.
Really cool. It's a fun one. I got very lucky marrying my husband. We go to Broadway a lot.
Oh, that's really... Yeah, I went a lot when I growing up. Like, I grew up in Maryland, and then my husband's from New York, but I haven't gone probably in like a decade, but Oh my goodness. Death Becomes Her. Mm-hmm. Is it still out?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Is
I think
it
it's going to be around for a while.
Play?
It's a musical, and I think it's going to tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, good.
Yeah, I'll come around.
This might have to get cut. We'll decide later. I didn't love Wicked.
You know what's hysterical is my mom had the same viewpoint. And I'll tell you, so my parents surprised me. We went to New York in 2003 when I graduated college. I guess I'm aging myself here. And we saw Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel.
I did too.
Wicked,
I did
and
too.
And my mom walked out of the theater and she's like, meh. And I'm like, Mom, like, I mean, I've seen it 11 times. I think it's the music. I mean,
I don't know, but I saw also, them both in Broadway, like the real,
I didn't see the Broadway. So
I saw the, and then I saw them in Jacksonville too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I'm not big on the blockbuster ones necessarily. Like I did say, Death Becomes Her, like the ones that I've made. No. But I'm gonna give a huge. One of my favorites is Totally Legally Blonde.
Oh,
I can't even believe I'm admitting that in person. But the music is
Izzy's excited.
amazing.
She's like. No, he's saying that there's a musical or like a Broadway Legally Blonde.
Yes.
I've seen the movie. If I haven't seen the Broadway.
I'm not supposed to encourage watching on YouTube, but they did it on MTV years ago, so the whole production is on YouTube.
Well, you know what I didn't see? What I think I'd be a fan of is Elf.
Oh,
did you
Elf
see Elf?
Was cute. We did
was
see
it?
Elf.
Okay, because I
love the one that they do at Alhambra like every year. Yeah, I always hear great things about it.
Yeah, so I love like people really dislike the movie, but like again, like how like Wicked for some reason like Elf is like a movie that people think is like. But I love it. Yeah, exactly. People are like really polarized. It's like 90% think it's like the worst thing ever, and I'm like one of the 10% that it's like the best movie ever. Movie. Like my kids do. Yeah, like I love Elf.
That brings up a really, really good point.
So it must be some sort of personality thing of like Elf is quality. Wicked,
really, right. I think those of us that might be hesitant about drag and stuff and think that they have assumptions about drag might, coming to our show, learn a lot of things.
Okay, very cool.
About kind of where these people are coming from.
Yeah,
and,
I like that. I love that.
Because I kind of thought, myself, and one of my best friends is a former drag queen, and I just thought it was all fun and games. You put on a boa and you put on some pearls and some shoes and you just sing a song. No, honey, there's so much more to it.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yes.
So, another question for you, Chris. It says, the show explores themes of masculinity, identity, responsibility. What's conversations do you hope when people leave that they're having with their friends or their significant others? Like, what are you hoping that this kind of provokes to be thought-provoking or
Sure, absolutely. Like, definitely for one thing is, the idea of what is masculine and what's feminine.
Okay.
Like, and not necessarily encouraging someone to do a certain thing, but, if, you want to wear a necklace, so what? Like, if that makes you feel good about yourself, and it's just partying and, having fun and being yourself, like loving yourself, I think is ultimately the thing, like being comfortable in your own skin. And there have been a lot of pioneers, on Christopher Street in New York that, paved the way for the rest of us, like as a gay man. And I'm very, thankful for them that at the time when it was really, really hard, and I still say it was hard for me as a young gay guy in the early 2000s. So
did you come out like I never talked to you about this, but did you come out like early or later?
Later in life, like almost, ish, I should say, like mid-20s, but
it's kind of late.
Yeah, but completely, yeah. In my 30s, like I met Jay when I was 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't I
Yeah.
never like
I mean,
it's something I don't like ask you guys.
No, sure. I mean, yeah, we're okay. Yeah.
All right. And then for you, Madelene, what moment in the production tends to get the strongest reaction? If you can, I know you don't want to ruin it.
Anyway. Gosh, there's just so many pivotal moments.
Do you feel, it sounds like you guys at least are selling me that this is a thought-provoking play that everyone should see.
Very thought-provoking.
So it makes me want to see, just because you're being a little mysterious about it, but it's making me think that it's very thought-provoking.
Yeah, it's again, like it's not just a drag show that a typical drag show, but the story of
the humanity behind
of people. And just to piggyback on just some of the moments he was sharing earlier is like, as a person, you will evolve and you will pivot, and there will be challenges. There will be, and so this is what this story does with each character.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're going to be rooting for all of them.
That's cool. I'm excited to see it. And then for you, Chris, with someone who's never seen this play, what makes it a must-see experience?
I think for sure, the unreal performances by these 6 actors that are pouring their hearts out. I mean, we had dance rehearsal last night for 2 hours, and man, I was hurting, and I was only doing a quarter of it. But that's only just a piece of it. The costumers, the production designers, the scenic designers, like everyone is pouring their heart and soul. The most beautiful thing about being involved in the Five and Dime is we want to tell stories, and we want to share stories.
Sounds
and
really
we
cool.
think there's something that hasn't been shared on the Jacksonville stage before, because there are many beautiful shows that picture drag queens, but you don't really get to understand where they're coming from and where they came from and where they're going.
Okay.
So like in this particular show, you really get to understand them beyond the production value.
That's cool. Yeah, so I'm friends with Wade, who what's this?
Carissa.
Yeah, Carissa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also Sandra Todd. So
Sandra
I'll
too.
see if they'll come with me.
Sandra is
I've known
the
Sandra
drag mother of one of our best friends. And
yes,
Sandra
I've
is
known
the drag mother of one of our actors.
Okay, yes.
Sandra is Miss Tracy Mills' drag mother.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I've known Sandra for a lot of years, like family friends, and then that's how I met Carissa. Yeah,
I love it.
It's a small world, yes. Yeah. Oh, and then for you, Chris, or no, for you, Madelene, sorry. When the audience leaves the theater, what are you hoping that they're going to take away from this?
Well, I hope when people leave this show, they come back again. But the Five and Dime. But again, just really leave with empathy, and just knowing the possibilities of anything. Just being open to the possibilities, and that's what our main character Casey really brings to this story, is just being open, because you never know where it'll take you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to give too much away, but yeah.
But you guys are doing a good job selling me, at least wanting to see it.
Good.
Yes. And what about you? Is there something like you want everyone to take away from it?
She said it beautifully, but definitely just the love, the respect, the kindness that is shown by each character in the show, and the understanding of, we all go through struggles, and we all get second chances and third chances and sometimes fourth chances, and thank God for that. And I think, that's so important. I mean, Casey at early 20s threw all his life into being an Elvis impersonator, and all of a sudden you're a drag queen and you're nothing. And he said, well, I'm an entertainer, I'm a drag queen. So that's, that's a beautiful thing, and that's not what he expected. But, his family goes through struggles, and it's very interesting. I don't want to give it away. There's a beautiful character that is Casey's best friend, and he has a very pivotal scene in the show, and you don't expect that from him at all. And when it comes out of his mouth, like, I read it and I knew it was coming, and my jaw still dropped.
Okay.
Like when he said it. So it.
Well, you guys are good salesmen, women, and making people want to see this.
We're trying.
So the final question that I ask everyone that comes on as a guest, so it's not really related to the play, and I'm going to ask you guys both individually. The first one is, I'm a Christian. In Scripture and Psalms, it says, a man without a vision perishes. I believe a lot of people that end up committing suicide and just really go down in despair, it's because they don't have a vision for the future. So I always ask all my guests, what's your 5-year vision for your life, or for, you don't want to say personally, for the five and dime? And then that's the first question. I'll say the second question.
Do you want to go first? You want me to go first? 5 years, continually help my son to learn and grow. He's 16 years old. Continue to help support, my husband and, his career too, but ultimately continue to grow mine and continue to be involved in theater. Like my mom always joked, I was 3 years old, like up dancing to the Muppets. She knew I was going to be an entertainer in some way, shape, or form. So I love it. And I really believe theater brings joy and happiness to people. Yes. And, it's thought-provoking. So, and, try to read more books, ultimately, for sure.
You read or out of books?
I do a little bit of both.
Oh.
But as Jay says, we counted, I think I have like 96 unread books on our bookshelf. So. But I did see a bag.
Do you love buying them?
I do.
I do. Me too. Doesn't it?
I go to Happy Medium Books Cafe in Riverside, and there's a bag that said it's not hoarding if it's books. And Jay's like, yes, it is, Christopher. And I'm like, oh man. But I mean, the same thing with the play script. So I'm really glad we're continuing to grow. And I ultimately also to for the five and dime, for them to continue to grow. And I think we have partnered with the Swoop Troupe at UNF. So we're getting a lot of new, younger actors and production staff that are interested in growing theater. And I just really hope that eventually the Florida Ballet has been amazing to us, but we get our own space again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
that's nice.
My 5-year plan. Continue to get involved in the theater community.
Yes.
It's like, I'm so glad I came back, even though my daughter graduated, high school, and I was like, oh yeah, so theater mom still. But really, pouring into the theater community. Yeah.
Okay.
And so still continuing to pour into this just amazing arts community. Definitely, continue to advance in my public relations career.
Yeah.
And just being able to take care of my family.
Yeah. That's
yeah, and all having fun with it.
Nice. Yeah. And then the final question is there a quote or a saying that you live by, or just a quote or saying that you like, you'd want to share?
Well, mine, I'm a Christian man myself. Matthew 5:13, let your light shine before men so they may see the good you do and glorify your Father in heaven. So just a little bit of kindness, a little bit of sunshine every day, never did anybody wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Bravo.
Thank you. That is it. Yeah.
Madelene.
I write it. I have sticky notes with that on my desk all the time at school to remind me.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have mine memorized, but I know it. But it's a very famous Maya Angelou quote with people will remember how. Oh my gosh. But it's that
they don't forget how you make them feel.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know it. I don't know it, but I know.
It's in my head, and I know it, but I don't know it. Sadly. But
may
Still
not
I rise.
Yeah.
Something like may not remember the things you said, but remember how they made you feel.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think
Exactly.
might be that one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just one of my favorites, and
great.
I feel
I have that. hanging in
embarrassed
my
that I
costume.
don't remember it.
Well, is there anything I forgot to ask you guys about the play that you want to share before we wrap up?
I don't think so. Just want to definitely say thanks to our entire production team and the executive director at the Five and Dime and production director and everybody that's supporting. And if anybody would like to support, we have production sponsorships and stuff. If they're
Okay,
interested.
and then if people want to get tickets, where do they get tickets?
Yes, so they could go to the Five and Dime website.
Okay.
Yeah.
fiveanddime.org.
Okay, well,
Thank
and
you,
we'll
ma'am.
make sure we link that as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you all so much for
Thank
coming, and
you.
thank you guys for watching Feliciano and Friends, and definitely go. It's May 29th to June 13th, and go watch it at the Five and Dime here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Thank you.
Thank you.